Oh, I did have two more. I can't count. Welcome back, guys. Jeremy from Shooting News Weekly out at Copperhead Creek Gun Club in Marble Falls, Texas. I brought some weird guns to the range today. This is the S333 volleyfire from Thunderstruck, and it is a little revolver, and as you can see, it's kind of weird looking, and that's because, and we're clear here, it has 2 barrels, and it holds 10 rounds of .22 Magnum, but it's a teeny little revolver, and what it does is it actually fires both barrels simultaneously when you pull this long kind of double trigger. One of the reasons it has that long double trigger is you need a lot of firing pin energy to ignite a rim fire. This is doing 2 simultaneously, so this trigger's really heavy. Having 2 fingers helps pull that. Little safety dingus on it, Glock style. It is very hard to do with 1 finger. I mean, it's a super heavy trigger, but it's smooth, and it fires 2 rounds at a time. I forget exactly how this gets around ATF's definition, or the 1968 Gun Control Act's definition of machine gun, but it does. Something to do with having separate firing pins and all that jazz. But yeah, let's go ahead and load it up with .22 Magnum, which is obviously a much more legitimate self-defense cartridge than .22 long rifle. Not only because it's more powerful, but because the primers tend to be a lot more reliable. For whatever reason, even though I don't think the rim is bigger, they're just way fewer duds. You get the priming compound in the rim more than you do with long rifle, and that's why I'm super against long rifle for self-defense. Just in general, it's not reliable. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm sorry, 8 rounds. And 2 at a time. It does feel weird squeezing both triggers at once. I love that this thing barks. I mean, the .22 Magnum out of a short barrel. Fantastic fireball that I can see outside right now. Got a little extractor ejector. And it has some kick. You know, one thing shooting .22s out of a handgun, they're not that interesting because they don't actually move. But this guy has a little flip to it. It's super comfortable. It's not a lot of recoil. But man, one of the things about shooting Magnum is it's loud and it's deep. And when you're shooting 2 at a time, it's really loud. This will definitely scare anyone away because it sounds just like a .357. Smooth trigger. Again, just weird to do 2 at a time, 2 fingers like that. Woo! See that fire? Nice. Uh-oh. Oh, I did have 2 more. I can't count. There we go. Obviously, it's a concealable gun. It's the size of a small frame revolver. Nice rubber grip on it. A little weird that there's no trigger guard. I get it, though. You gotta have this room for this long triggers. Let's go up a little bit. No safety, no manual safety, because it's a revolver. It's a double action only revolver with a heavy trigger, long trigger, but nice and smooth. So here we go. We're like 5 yards. I'm gonna go for this target. I'll line up the sights. I do not know where I was on that paper. Here. Was I on the paper? I was on that one. I might have to get closer. Let's do that one more time. It has normal pistol style sights. Red dots in the rear, red dot on the front. Not hard to line them up. Could swear I was making nice trigger pulls. Loaded up with 8 rounds of .22 Magnum. Get nice and close. Gonna take my time with it. Gonna line up the sights. Gonna get a smooth trigger pull. This is a self-defense gun, you know, contact distances. Okay, we are right on. Slow. Where am I hitting? Okay. That sounded like one went off. So now that I'm really close, we're talking like 5 feet away. I'm aiming here, and I'm hitting here. So I think on those other ones where I was like 5 yards away, I must have just been over the target. This thing is consistently hitting high, but you know, it's a group, I guess. I have 8 primer dents, but I swear one of those did not go off. Okay, so that is the S333 volleyfire from Thunderstruck, or it's called the Thunderstruck, or the S333 or something. Huh, nothing but empties. Thanks for watching, y'all. I don't know if this is still available on the market or not, but it probably shouldn't be. Please subscribe. See you next time.
So, just to be clear, standard manufacturing, Thunderstruck, 2 at a time, volleyfire. We're all loaded. Sights are pretty good. Wow.
That was a heck of a fireball.
I was going to say, for daylight, that's quite a fireball. I don't know what that would do to your night vision, but it can't be good. But that's a fair amount of lead going down range. It's a fair amount of recoil, as you could probably see, with 2 rounds going at the same time. We'll have to see if this thing's still for sale. Thunderstruck by standard manufacturing. It's a fun gun to shoot.
S333 volleyfire
Thunderstruck
by standard manufacturing.
Just to get it right.
Okay.
Thank you.
It's a lot of names.
Standard manufacturing.